Hey guys, welcome back to Cyber Central. Today we'll talk about incredible features of the F-35 fighter jet worth $115 million. Let's head into it. In the battle of the budgets, the Air Force and its premier acquisition program, the F-35 fighter, is under attack. House Armed Services Committee Chairman Representative Adam Smith launched his opening salvo, calling the F-35 a rat hole and saying he wants to figure out how we can get a mix of fighter attack aircraft that is the most cost-effective. It is a curious choice of words. While the projected life cycle costs for all three versions of the F-35 over a lifespan of nearly 40 years is $1.6 trillion. The $80 million per copy cost to acquire these jets is less than some last-generation aircraft, and a bargain considering the combat multiplying effect of this vastly superior platform. If the F-35 didn't work, if it couldn't evade radar, couldn't fly in combat, couldn't compete with the most sophisticated air defenses in the world, then it would be right to call it quits. But staying the course on F-35 is not buying into a sunk cost fallacy, where one keeps doubling down on a losing bet in the hopes that things will turn around later. The F-35 is already a success, demonstrating combat flexibility and delivering a decisive advantage in red flag exercises. Pilots have raved about the jet's performance. In its first red flag, F-35s scored a 20-to-1 kill ratio against a simulated enemy. In another, it flew 16 simulated offensive counter-air missions, eliminating 100 surface-to-air missile sites without losing a plane. That's not just good performance, it's unmatched performance. There are at least three arguments for the F-35 as the most cost-effective fighter the Air Force can buy. Stealth. When adversary forces turn on S-400 and future Chinese and Russian-made air defense systems, what will they see? An F-35 shows up on the radar as the size of a mosquito. It's not quite invisible, but it's too small to track effectively. Eliminate its low observable features and sure, you can save some money. You also give the enemy something they will recognize: targets. Suddenly, cost effectiveness takes on a whole new light. What price should we put on the lives of American pilots? Is America too cheap to put our sons and daughters in the best combat aircraft money can buy? Mission efficiency. A pair of F-35s can strike multiple targets in a contested environment with no support save perhaps a tanker. To get two conventional fighter jets to a similarly contested target requires 10 to 20 additional aircraft. The strike jets must be accompanied by other planes to jam enemy radar, defend the attackers, and provide situational awareness. So even if the F-35 costs twice as much per flight hour as an F-16, it's less than that in fact, it's still the more cost-effective option. Buying F-35s eliminates the need for other aircraft and the personnel, acquisition, training, and logistics that go with them. No economic argument against the F-35 is viable without that calculus. To opt for a lesser aircraft is specious, like a husband who argues that instead of a car, he should buy a motorcycle. He knows full well that he can't ride it in snow or rain, nor ferry his family on the bike, so it will ultimately need another vehicle. It's a deception to think otherwise. Unlike a motorcycle, the magic of the F-35 is that it is far more than a one-for-one replacement. It buys more value for the money. Deterrence. The most cost-effective investments in defense are ones that, though their very presence changes adversaries' plans and behaviors. Why has China and Russia invested so much in air defense? Why are both pursuing stealth aircraft like the F-35? It's because they know that without them, they don't stand a chance against the US Air Force, fully equipped with F-35s. Stealth is a disruptive game changer. It imposed cost on the opposition. That's part of what makes it so cost-effective itself. Failing to buy the full complement of F-35s therefore plays into their hands. Few know better than Air Force Chief of Staff General Charles Q. Brown Jr. how great a threat the US faces from China and the parallel threat he faces in Washington. He commanded Pacific Air Forces in his last job before becoming chief, so he knows the area and the arc of challenges ranging from China in the south through North Korea and Russia in the north. Brown recently asked for a review of tactical aviation and dialed in the Defense Department's Cost Assessment and Program Evaluation Office to help. He believes an objective, credible study can help make his case to critics like Representative Smith. A study could make a big difference, but it also involves risk. Inviting CAPE to the party means bringing in long-time F-35 skeptics and embracing the naval term tactical aviation to describe combat aircraft devalues the 5th-generation manned F-35 to be the equal of less capable older platforms and yet to be proven unmanned alternatives. The Navy and Marine Corps use the TAC Air term because they see jets as supporting elements to their aircraft carriers and marine expeditionary units. In fact, however, the radar-evading F-35's very presence changes the nature of battle. That makes it a strategic investment and combat tool, not a tactical one. Whatever we call it, this combat aviation review must be forward-looking. There is little to be gained on dwelling on the compromises wrought by making one airplane meet the competing visions of 3 military services. What do you think about the F-35? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure that you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.